All right. Welcome everyone. My name is Josh. I'm ecosystem analyst at Tendermint, and I'm really excited to have you here on the workshop. Today we have Elizabeth Binks from ChainSafe, who'll be walking you through how to set up Ethermint development environment and using a lot of the Ethereum tooling that exists on Ethermint. So yeah, Elizabeth, would you like to kind of briefly introduce yourself before we head into the workshop?
Yeah, for sure. So hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth. Been working at ChainSafe for around I think 2.5 years now. I work on a few projects. So I work on Gossamer, which is a Go implementation of the Polkadot host. I've also been working on Ethermint as well lately, getting it ready for the Aragon chain and just the eventual Ethermint zone as well. So yeah, that's me.
All right. That sounds good. And I think we do have people coming in. So maybe if you wanna go ahead and start the
Cool.
workshop, that'd be
Sounds
really
good.
exciting.
Cool. Yeah. So I have most of the instructions I'm gonna go through in a doc. So I'm just gonna post it in the chat. Can people see if I post stuff in the chat? Okay, I'm just gonna post it. So yeah, I'm
I
gonna
can share that.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this should also be in the description of the workshop as well. So I'm basically just gonna so I'm gonna start with setting up the Ethermint local environment for testing, and then I'll go through some of the common tooling like Truffle and Metamask and Web3 and that sort of thing. So yeah, cool. So the first step is just gonna simply be to clone Ethermint. And sorry, I was working on some stuff right before this. Cool. Okay, so the first step is going to just be to clone Ethermint, and then this should be the first step in the docs. But yeah, there you go. And then once you're in Ethermint, you can simply do make install, and this will build the executables. So there's two executables for Ethermint. The first is Ethermint D, which is the daemon process. So this is the actual node itself. And then the second one is Ethermint CLI. So this is the CLI to interact with the daemon, as well as you would use Ethermint CLI to start the Rpc server. So I'm also going to post the docs for people to look at. So now Ethermint is installed. So now I'm going to just reinstall Truffle. So I think the current version is good. I tested this morning and it worked. So I'm just going to do npm I -g truffle to install it globally. Okay, so I'm at 5.1.44 in the docs for later. Cool. Okay, so now we have Truffle and we have our Ethermint node, so that's cool. So I'm gonna now just make Okay, so I'm gonna now just make a new Truffle project. We can name this anything. I'm just gonna call it like Ethermint demo. What day is it? September 16th. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now we're just gonna initialize the Truffle project by doing Truffle init. Okay, cool. So got my Truffle files. That's good. Okay, so now I'm going to just add a really simple contract. Okay. How small is this? This is a bit too small. Yeah. It's the largest it goes. Okay, well. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna write a simple counter contract. So this can be basically any contract you want. I'm just doing this as a demo, but it'll be the same idea for any contract. So good old counter contract. So counter 0, function add. So this will increase the counter. And then subtract the counter. And then finally access method to get the count. Oops. It's a bit there. And return counter. Cool. So I'm just gonna save this. Name it counter.sol. Okay. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to compile this, and hopefully I did everything right and it compiles. So yeah, so just truffle compile to compile it. Cool. Okay, so yeah, so now we can do, so I'm first gonna show just testing it with a normal truffle test. So I'm gonna just make a test file called counter test.js. Cool. Okay, so first thing, so this is basically going to be the exact same as a normal truffle test. So first just import the actual compiled contract, and then our usual sort of contract test. So contract counter, and then input the accounts, and then so it's going to have our from address be our first account. So the Ethermint comes with one key installed, or one key with the node when you run the init script. So this will just use that key. And then counter. Oh, sorry, I just read the chat now. Someone said, please zoom. Is it still too small, or yeah, just like let me know.
I think the text editor is pretty visible, but maybe
Okay,
it was
cool.
that. Yeah, the other, like the menus and stuff.
Yeah. Okay,
smaller.
Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, just let me know if I need to zoom more. Okay, so counter. So we're just gonna initialize the contract before each test, and then we will call the add function in this first test. So yeah, so we'll call count, add, and then just get the count after. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is our truffle test. Okay, so now we have to edit the Truffle config. So, okay, yeah, so here is our config. It comes with development already just commented out. So I'm just gonna uncomment that. Yeah, this will, so yeah, the Ethermint RPC port by default runs on localhost 8545. So yeah, should be configured now. Okay, so back to Ethermint. So Ethermint comes with an init script, init.sh, which will start the daemon. So I'm just gonna run that. All right, cool. So the daemon is now started. Whoops, oh my God. It's not started. Okay, I'm gonna restart that. Okay, cool. So then it also spits out this command, which you just run in a different terminal to start the RPC server. So I will just run the RPC server. So yeah, it's running on 8545. So our key is named my key. Using chain ID 8, we can use any chain ID, I believe. Yeah, okay, cool. So something is sending queries to it. I think it's my Metamask. I'm just gonna turn that off for now. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we have the daemon running in the server. So now we can migrate the contract. So usual truffle migrate command, and then you specify network development. I think if you don't specify it, it uses Ganache by default, so you are going to want to do that. And then yeah, then you'll see stuff happening in the server. Okay, cool. Deploying migrations. Cool. Okay, cool. So it all deployed. Good stuff. Okay, so now that the contracts are on the network, we can, so it shows you the cost and everything. So that's good stuff. So yeah, so now we can run the Truffle Test. So same idea, Truffle Test, and then using development again. So this will just run the counter test and see what happens. Oh, what just happened? Oh, whoops. This is not async. Oh, I forgot the function. Okay. Haven't done JavaScript for a while. Should be good now. Yes, there's a question in the chat. Is it in Java? The test is written in JavaScript. Yeah, and the contract is Solidity as per usual. Oh, what did? Few errors with the test. Little typos. Okay, hopefully it works this time. Okay, cool. Looks like it's working. Oh. Okay, so it was 1, but it wasn't 1. Yeah, JavaScript hurts sometimes. I'm just gonna change that back to only double equals. I think that'll work better. Yeah, JavaScript's fine. Okay, cool. So this time it actually worked, and count was the correct 1. So that's good. Yay, our contract works. So cool. Okay, so that's, I think, yeah, essentially it for Truffle. So yeah, that's basically, this is the same as with Ethereum. It's basically like exactly the same. So nothing too exciting. I mean, I guess it's pretty exciting, but not anything too new. So that's cool. Okay, so yeah, so next I'm gonna show just interacting with the counter using Web3.js. So in case you don't want to use Truffle, which is likely. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna make a scripts folder and then name this counter.js. Okay, so I think I need to install Web3 before I do this. So npm I Web3 should install it. Okay, okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna import the Web3 library. And then initialize it with our provider. So new Web3 and then new Web3.providers.http provider. Yeah, so we're just gonna do local host 8545. Yeah, Ethermint does also have WebSocket support if you want to use WebSockets provider. I think Web3 has that, I'm not totally sure, but yeah, Ethermint does have WebSockets, and I believe it runs on 8546 by default. Okay, so I'm just going to import our counter. So you can use the Truffle artifacts or Truffle build JSON. So this has everything you need in it to initialize the contract instance with Web3. Yeah, you basically just need like the ABI and the bytecode, which are in the build. Okay, cool. So that's my imports. So I'm just gonna write a function to get that first Ethermint account. So I'll show you guys with the CLI. So Ethermint CLI keys list. So yeah, so this is our key. So name my key local, and then this is the Beck32 Cosmos encoded type address, public key. So yeah, so there is Ethereum equivalent to this. So if you do, where's my curls? Okay, so I'm gonna try to, I have this in my chat. I'm just gonna show the curl command to actually get the ETH address. And there's other ways to do it. This is probably the most straightforward. Okay. Okay, cool. So, and then 127. Cool, yeah, so this is the ETH hex address equivalent of this. I'll add this to our hackmd. Oops. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is the actual account we're using. Okay, so back to Web3. So yeah, so const, I'll just say current accounts. is you can do web3.eth.getAccounts as usual, and then return current accounts at 1. Okay, cool. There is a way to add accounts as well. I'll probably show that at the end, actually. Because yeah, right now we just need 1. So I'm gonna also write function for deploying a contract. So this is, for the most part, the same as Ethereum. I think the one difference is that this may have been fixed, but when I did the demo before, you need to specify the exact gas price that you want. Okay, so return test contract. Deploy. Arguments. So this is all of this should be in the Web3 docs. It's just how to deploy contracts. So yeah, so deploy arguments. So yes, this instantiates the contract instance. So this is the deploy args. So got our bytecode and our constructor args, which we don't really have any, but this function is generic, so you can reuse it for a contract that does have constructor arguments. So yeah, I'm also going to specify how much gas I want to use. And the gas price, I'll just do 1 and save some of that testnet ETH. So then once it's done, contract instance, and then just log deployed contract. We can say contract data dot contract name. Then our address will be at contract instance options dot address. Okay, cool. And then we'll return it as well. Okay, cool. And then finally, that catch error. Exit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that is all for the deploy function. Okay, cool. So next, I'll actually do a function that deploys and then interacts with the counter. So let's go down here. So we'll get our sender. So we'll use the get current account function I wrote first, and then we'll instantiate the counter instance by deploying it. So we're going to deploy counter, and we're going to deploy using the from address. So yeah, so counter here is just this counter. And the from is just from, and then there's no argument, so I'll just leave that. Okay, cool. So then console.log. I guess it already logs here, so I'm not going to relog it. Okay, cool. So then now I'm going to call the add method. So this will be at counter.methods.add and then .send. So I believe Web3 has send and call for sending an actual transaction versus just calling a view function or something. So we're also going to specify the gas. I think Ethermint is sometimes not happy if you don't specify the gas, which is why I'm doing it. Yeah, so if you try to call it and there's some errors, maybe just try specifying that instead. So wait. So wait counter dot methods, and then we'll get the counter. So now we can just call this because it's a view function. So then from, and then gas. I don't know. We don't really need gas for this. I'll just put it just in case. Okay, cool. And then, so then the count, we'll just log that count. Okay, cool. So now, finally, we can call this at the end of the script. Okay, cool. So now, I'm just gonna run it. So node scripts counter.js. Let's see if I type out anything. Oh, okay, nice. So it deployed, that's cool. Yeah, so you can see that some stuff is happening. Okay, cool, so the count is 1, which is to be expected. So that's good. So now I can also do the subtract method. Subtract. And then I'll do get counter again. So then I'll log add after the subtract. Oh, what just happened? Oh, whoops. That redeclaration. Okay. Cool. So it should be adding 1 and then subtracting 1. So got our deployed contract, count 1, count 0. Okay, cool. So contract works. Yay! So Web3, yeah, so Web3.js also works with Ethermint. Yeah, everything should be same as usual. The only thing is you might want to be careful with specifying the gas. Cool. Okay, so let me see if there's any questions. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, next I'll show some browser stuff. So I'm gonna first show importing a key into Metamask. So it's a bit, I guess this is probably a bit small. I don't know if there's a way to increase the size of Metamask. Okay, I can't really make Metamask bigger. Well, okay, well, I'll just do it then. Okay, so so to export your Ethereum private key, you're also going to use Ethermint CLI. So there's Ethermint CLI keys, and then too many terminals. Yeah, whatever. So okay, so yeah, so these are all the different options. So you can add a new key, export key, import key, list your keys, etc., etc. Yeah, so we're going to use this unsafe export ETH key. So this is unsafe, so don't do it if on an actual network, but for now we'll be safe. So yeah, so it just spits out your raw private key. So I'm just going to import that into my MetaMask. So yeah, so you go to this little circle in the right and then just import account. So I hit import. Okay, cool. So my account is imported. Okay, so then I'm also going to change MetaMask to run on the local network. So yeah, so now it just got my balance. So that's good. Okay, cool. So now, yeah, so we can do a transfer with MetaMask as normal. So I'm going to transfer some just to my first account that's on here. I'll send 1 ETH to my other account. Send that. Added good transaction. So yes, you can see in the daemon when it has a transaction, it just logs that. So yeah, it looks like it got included. MetaMask said it was good as well. Cool. So yeah, my balance went down for that account and then went up for this account. So yeah, transfers also work. Cool. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go to Remix, and just show deploying and interacting the contract with Remix. So yeah, if you want more of a IDE type development experience, Remix is good for that. So yeah, I got my counter here already. It's the same. I'm gonna make this bigger. Cool. Yeah. Okay, well, okay, yeah, so same contract. Yeah, cool, okay. So then I'm gonna go to the compiler, hit that compile button. Okay, so I see there's a question in the chat. When is Ethermint 1.0 coming out? That's a good question. Well, so we're planning on eventually making Ethermint into a full chain. So I imagine when we're close to that point, we'll probably release the first version. Right now we have like pre-release versions. So we have 0.1 and 0.2, I believe. So we'll potentially do another like pre-release soon. Yeah, as it terms to when the full release is coming out for 1.0, I'm going to say probably another few months. But yeah, but we do have pre-releases that are like pretty much stable for the most part. Yeah, but like we probably won't make any like breaking or like massive changes, just fixes for things and improvements for the most part. Yeah, okay, cool. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, so I compiled my contract. Okay. Now, so I'll go to deploy and then hit injected web3. So this will use the key in my MetaMask. So account 7 is one I imported. Yeah. So we just accept. So now I'm on custom network. It knows the chain ID. That's cool. Cool. So I'm just going to deploy that now. Hit the deploy button. Okay, so I think so I'm gonna customize the gas since I think this is saying it wants me to spend 0 gas, but I'm gonna spend a little bit of gas because it won't accept if it's 0 gas. Okay, cool. So okay, added good transaction. Looks like it got deployed. Let's see what happened down here. Okay, cool. So it got deployed. Nice. So our counter is on the chain again. So now you can just go down here to deployed contracts. And then, yes, you can see all the functions. So I'll hit that add button. MetaMask pops up again. So I confirm. Okay, yeah, so MetaMask tried to send it with gas price 0 and it wasn't too happy with that. So I'll try that again. So yeah, ideally MetaMask will, what's it called? Be able to, oh no, I'm having this error. So yeah, so ideally MetaMask would have been able to estimate the gas price, but that's clearly not working. So yeah, and then I think now the nonces in MetaMask are confused because it thinks that the other transaction went through, but it didn't, so it's trying to use the wrong one now. Yikes. Okay, so I might have to restart this remix step because I don't know if MetaMask is gonna suddenly fix itself. Yeah, the nonces can be really frustrating with this. I'll try it again, but I don't think it's gonna fix itself. Okay, yeah, same issue with the nonce. Yeah, so MetaMask keeps incrementing it even when it gets rejected, which is frustrating. Okay, I'm just gonna restart this and reinitialize the chain. Okay, initialized. And then I have a new key now. So I might have to probably reopen MetaMask or Remix for that matter. Okay, cool. So just gonna do that again. Okay, so importing my key. Let's see if the balance showed up. Okay, cool, 99 ETH. Looks good. Okay, back to Remix. All right, so back to counter, compile again. And then injected Web3. I think it's already connected to my MetaMask. That's good. That's not the account I want. Okay, so what happened here? Yeah, so connect this account. Okay, cool. That's now the right account. Okay. Okay, cool. So I can redeploy it. Add some gas. So yeah, ideally the gas estimation would work. That is one of those like little things that we're gonna work on to try to fix. Okay, yeah, so it's deployed. Cool. Now let's try adding once again. Okay, cool. I'll add some gas again. Okay, yeah, so this time it worked. Okay, great. Okay, so now get counter, and it's 1. Yay! Okay, cool. Add again, because why not? Cool. All right, get counter 2. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, now let's hit that subtract. Okay, looks like that went through 1. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's Remix. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward, essentially the same. Yeah, like as you guys saw, the only issue is with the gas, so you'll have to manually specify it for now. Yeah, so I think that's all for Remix. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I guess the last thing I want to show is just the Geth console. So if you've ever used the Geth console, or if you haven't, it's basically just a JavaScript console that comes with Geth. So you can, if it uses the RPC API to call into whatever node it's connected to using that API. So cool. So I'm gonna get rid of Remix for now. Okay. All right. So yeah. So if you don't have Geth, you'll need to install it. So I'll just like post the link in the chat. Yeah, it's specific for whatever your machine is. So I have it installed, so I'm not going to install it. Okay, cool. So now once you have Geth installed, you can do Geth attach, and then whatever address your RPC server is running at. So mine's just localhost 8545. And now, okay, so we're in. So yeah, it says Ethermint, says what block we're at and stuff. That's pretty cool. So it knows some things. Okay, cool. So now you can use it as usual. So there should be some documentation for the Geth console, I'm sure, but it's essentially just, if you look at the ETH, JSON, RPC API, basically all those functions you can use in the console. So I'll just do get the first block. Yay, so we got the first block. I can get, what block are we at now? Like 57. Get that. I'll have to, okay, it worked without hacks. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I just got that block. So that's for block stuff. So now I'm gonna look at my accounts. This is my account. You can also send transactions. So I'll get my balance first in here. Okay, cool. So that's my balance. So now you can use this to send a transaction. So you have to specify the parameters. So I can do ETH dot. So from my ETH account, and then to I'll send it to the 0 address for fun. And then just one A photon. So yeah, so the Ethermint denominations of the token. So it's the same as Ethereum essentially. So Ethermint has photons. So one photon is 10 to the 18 A photon or atto photon, which is just the prefix for that. So yeah, it does line up with Ethereum and way. Okay, cool. So I'm going to send this. And I got my receipt. Send transaction. Oh, whoops. Get transaction receipts. Okay, cool. So this is the receipt. So the status is 1. Means it went through. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, so with the guest console, you can basically just do anything that's specified by the RPC API. Yeah. Okay, so I see there's another question. Apart from GitHub issues, is the channel in the Cosmos Discord the only place to get help on Ethermint? Yeah, so I think most of us are in that the Cosmos Ethermint Discord. I'm also in the ChainSafe Ethermint Discord, which yeah, I might be more active in that one. So let me just find the link. I think it's in the README for the GitHub. Oh, there's only, okay, so the README only shows the Cosmos Discord. Okay. Let me see if I can find the ChainSafe Discord. Cause yeah, there is an Ethermint channel there. Oof. Okay. I'm sure it's somewhere, maybe somewhere in here. Okay, so okay, yeah, here it is. So yeah, I'll just post this in the chat also. So this is the ChainSafe Discord. So there's an Ethermint channel on here. And then, yeah, and then the one for the Cosmos Ethermint Discord is just in the Ethermint README. So yeah, so either one of those I think will be in. If we don't respond in one in a reasonable time, just try the other. But yeah, we'll try to check them. So yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. I think that's mostly it. I guess I can show just some like Ethermint CLI stuff. So yeah, so I guess I'll just show making new keys, and then yeah, I think that's That's mostly the most exciting thing you can do, I think. So you can do Ethermint keys add, and then like my key too. So it's like a new key. So yeah, so it has this name, this address, and then it spits out your mnemonic as well. So you're gonna want to save that somewhere if this is a key you want to keep. And then I can do that curl again. Yeah, so now there's a new address here. So yeah, so there's another ETH address. Yeah, and I think to send something from that account, you're gonna want to unlock it. I'm gonna try the personal API, but I'm not sure if it's on by default. I think it is, but so I'm gonna try to unlock the new account, which is the second one, I think. No, I don't think this is gonna work. I need to specify the password. Okay, so it didn't find the key. All right, well, that didn't work as well as I hoped. I think let's see if I can lock the account first. Because maybe it might be unlocked by default. Okay, it didn't lock it, so. All right, well, that didn't work. I might have to, I think, use the personal API to make the new account. Yeah, there's a bit of a discrepancy there with the CLI. They should have access to the same accounts, but looks like they don't. So I have to add the password to make a new personal account. I'll just say password. Okay, cool. So now I did make a new account with that personal API. And then I'll try to, I think it's locked by default. So I'll try to unlock that. Okay, yeah, so that actually worked. Okay, so yeah, so if you want to make a new account and unlock it, you need to use the personal ETH API. Not sure this works with the Geth console. It actually should, but I'm not sure if Geth provides the personal API by default. So let me just see that. If not, you'll have to just use curl. Yeah, so Geth does provide it actually, so that's a bit nicer than having to curl everything. Okay, so yeah, you can use this to make new accounts. And yeah, so I unlocked it, and then so ETH.accounts, and then I should be able to send. So I'll send some ETH from, I think this one was my original, and I'll send it to my new account. Oops. To this new one, and then value some amount. Okay, cool, that worked. And then I should then also be able to send it back the other way, assuming the account was unlocked properly. So sending from this new account I made to, I'll just send it to this other account that I have. Okay, it didn't unlock it. Yikes. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is a Geth issue or my issue. Okay, well, I'm sorry that didn't work. Ideally, this should have worked. Let me try to unlock it again. Okay, it says it's unlocked, so. Okay, I'm not sure if this is a Geth issue or a me issue. Let me try curling it. Because it might be a Geth console issue. Okay, so I'll put the params back in here. And then change this to send transaction. Parse error. Oh, my params are good. I need some quotes around that. Okay, hopefully it works now. Okay, so yeah, that didn't work either. All right, well, sorry that didn't work. I will try to fix that so that we can use accounts that aren't that default account. Yeah, okay, cool. So you can make new accounts, but you can't really use them right now. So anyways, I'll try to fix that, and then eventually you can have some more accounts, which would be nice. I think if you, I think what would work actually is, so in the init script for Ethermint, so this is where the key is actually added. So I think if you add a key here before the chain is actually started, then it should actually work. So yeah, it seems like just adding it once the chain started isn't working so well, unfortunately. Okay, so start that server again. Let's see. Oh yeah, so that did work, and both these accounts should come unlocked. Yeah, I think it's just an issue with starting or adding new keys that aren't from the start. So yeah, so if you do want to add new keys, you will have to modify the init script. So maybe I'll just I'll add that to the HackMD actually. Yeah, so I guess I'll just show that again. So yeah, so in the init script at line, yeah, so line 21, basically we'll just copy that and just make another key with any name. The name doesn't really matter. It just is the name for the key. So yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's mostly all I had for today. So are there any more questions? Okay, I guess not. Okay, cool. Right. Well, okay, well, thank you everyone. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the workshop. If there's any more questions, just yeah, head to that Discord channel and me or someone else from the team will try to assist. So yeah, cool.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for such an amazing workshop. We'll just wait a couple of minutes. If anyone has any questions, we will let them ask. And if not, then we would conclude the workshop.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds good.
Great. And guys, please feel free to drop any questions on the Discord channel, either Ethermint or on Cosmos or on Cosmos India's Telegram channel. So it would be great if you guys start building something on Ethermint, and there are bounties for that as well. It would be great to see how you could bring the power of Ethereum to Cosmos. So with that, I guess we don't have any questions. Thank you so much again, everyone, for joining us on Wednesday night, and looking forward to see amazing projects out of HackAtom India. Good night. Have a happy building.
Yeah, happy hacking, everyone.